Okay, hello. Test. I hope everything's working here. It would probably be smart for me to check things before I before I do them. But welcome. I just want to hop right into some housekeeping things. First of all, thank you for watching. If you are, we've got someone watching live, which is cool. Welcome. So let me move this. The biggest news that I need to announce is I've actually made multiple channels here on YouTube. So I have 5 channels. I've got this channel where most of you all live and exist. I've got a new streaming channel called Spencer Scott Pugh Live. I've got Spencer Scott Pugh Gaming. I've got Spencer Scott Pugh Music and Spencer Scott Pugh Vlogs. So if you actually go to the home screen of this YouTube channel, you can see all the channels. And the reason I did that is because I want you all to be able to pick and choose what you want to subscribe to. I know a lot of people have come to this channel for bullet journaling. There are a couple bullet journal videos that did really well. And so this channel is going to be more for that type of stuff, bullet journal videos, just videos in general where it's more, I don't want to say skit based, but more, I guess this kind of thing without the live stream aspect, more scripted videos made for a purpose to inform, entertain, discuss things, sort of as a one way, and then comments. And then I'll have live streams going on Spencer Scott Pugh Live. So if you're interested in this type of setup, a live stream where you guys can throw questions in the chat, we can talk about certain things, go check out Spencer Scott Pugh Live. So again, on this channel, I've made 4 new channels basically. People enjoyed the vlogs, but I understand that it's not what you signed up for on this channel. So I'm sort of moving vlogs to the vlog channel, and hopefully on this channel, it'll be more bullet journaling, productivity, minimalism stuff. So that being said, I've toyed around with the idea of going live on Clubhouse as well, which you can follow me there. I think I'm Spencer Scott Pugh there as well. So check me out on Clubhouse. A lot of this live stream setup is inspired by Craig Adams. If you don't follow him, you should. So what I'll do is I'll go live here, and then I'll have Clubhouse pulled up so you guys can chime into the discussion. So we'll get you guys recorded on the podcast as well, and we'll kind of do that thing. But something I also want to do is I want to have sort of a main topic, obviously per live stream, but I also kind of like Craig Adams does, I throughout the week am taking notes in my phone. Anything and everything that pops into my mind that I have a certain thought about or an interest in, or maybe I disagree with someone, or anything really, I throw it in my ideas notes here, which can you see that? Yeah, I've got quite a few of them already. So just for today's episode, I want to go through some of these. And this is kind of going to be the thing for these live streams. Again, I'm doing this first one here, which I will then re-upload the recorded video to my live stream channel, but I won't have any more live streams here. So if you want to be a part of the live stream stuff, go to Spencer Scott Pugh Live and follow me there. But this will be sort of the setup. So usually I'll have some sort of topic, like a main topic that I'll want to discuss, and we can all chime in and talk about. And then again, like I said, I'll have just these notes, which I'd love to hear your thoughts on, things like that. So I'm repeating myself. I'm just going to kind of hop into this. I figured today we could just sort of live stream for maybe 20 minutes or so. I know it's early in the morning. I'm also not sure when I'll be doing the live streams. This works best for me because I'm at work. I'm here before a lot of people. It makes sense for me to hop on a live stream before I get into like my actual 9 to 5 job, which I love, by the way. But anyway, so yeah, we're just gonna hop into my notes. Feel free to type something in the chat. I'd love to say hey to you guys and answer any questions or whatever you might have. Any thoughts you have on my thoughts as well. So first of all, a family update. We're doing great. My baby girl, Lena, is 9 months. And my wife's almost done with school for the year, which is super fun. We'll hop into summer. It'll be a big change up. Maria will be staying with baby girl. So that'll be cool too. Also, if you guys, let me know if you can hear me well or not. Again, I didn't really play around. Hello. Hello. I can't really tell how well this microphone's picking up, so that's a thing too. I hope that you guys can actually hear me. Let me really quick pull up my settings. Preferences. Get my microphone. Pretty good. Test. Yeah. Seems we're okay. All right, so yep, that's how the family's doing. I'm still working my job here at Agenic Care House Calls and Agenic Care Aesthetics, which is super fun. Okay, so I have a blog that I'm currently writing. I'm going to switch off between writing blogs and doing podcast episodes. So each quarter, so this quarter I was writing blog posts. They were going out every week. Next quarter, starting in July, I will be doing podcasts. So I'll either be talking on the same topics from the post or a completely new topic. Again, those will probably be done in this fashion. And just audio will be uploaded back into Anchor, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff from these discussions. So if this is something you guys would want to hop in on as well, let me know. Create a virtual bookshelf on my website via blog posts. Yeah, so that's another thing. If you want to know what I'm up to, just in general, I'm updating every piece of content that I create to spencerscottpugh.com. Any blog posts, any podcast episodes. I have a log of the daily work that I'm doing there. I'm taking a break from Instagram, Facebook. I just don't use them, and I don't want people to expect me to be there to reply to comments and stuff and DMs. So I posted about that I'm leaving for a while. And so everything that I'm posting is going to be done on my website or here on YouTube. Also LinkedIn, playing around with a little bit. I never thought I'd be one to use LinkedIn or enjoy it, but I have been. So that's a thing. Yep. Oh, which I didn't even get to this thought. So also on my website, I have a virtual bookshelf where I'm sort of just putting up every book that I've read and I've enjoyed. If I end up doing a podcast episode or a blog post on the book, sort of reviewing it, that will be linked to the bookshelf as well as a button to pick it up on Amazon or whatever, if you like to do that. So yeah, I love books, especially audiobooks. Started Craig Adams' Inspired Podcast to go over all my thoughts and ideas, which is what I'm doing. So that was a thought that I had. I'm still on the fence between if I want to have podcasts and live streams as two separate things. I feel like podcasts can be a one-way, like me talking on a subject for a few minutes and then upload it as a podcast. Whereas live streams like this, I'd love for it to be back and forth. If you want to chat, put stuff in comments and we can discuss things. Or like I said, if we go on Clubhouse and go that route, you guys could lend your voices to the podcast, which would be cool as well. It's kind of like you guys are my guests on the podcast, which could be neat. Start a podcast every other quarter that dives deep into the blog posts I wrote in the previous quarter. Keeps things fresh and on the 90-day world. So I kind of already said this. There's a book called Traction, which is a business book that has changed my life. You can check it out on my website. And part of the idea of the book is that we as humans sort of live in this 90-day cycle where every 90 days we sort of lose our focus and our vision. We get bored. And it's harder for us to stay productive and on task. So every 90 days, you sort of take a step back from the day-to-day work you're doing, readjust your vision, your goals, things like that. And so I've thought about that a lot. I tend to hop around between hobbies that I like doing, and it seems like it is on a 90-day cycle. So it kind of makes sense. So what I thought I would do is to stay consistent with content and be putting out something new each week is what I already sort of said. This quarter, I've been doing a blog post, which were going out on Fridays. Now they're going out every Tuesday, which, by the way, if you want to be on the newsletter, spencerscottpugh.com, sign up for the newsletter. There's a button at the top and the bottom of the site for that. So I've been doing a blog post every Tuesday, and I still am enjoying it, but I know at some point I'm going to kind of burn out from it. So what I've decided is next quarter, I'll do podcasts. So I'll do a podcast for the quarter, and then switch back to blog posts potentially. That's the goal right now anyway. So I have half a year planned of content basically, which is cool. Start podcast updating and thinking about my notes. See, I didn't actually go back through my notes before I went live, so I wrote the same thing multiple times. You already talked about that. Start podcast updating and thinking through my notes, which is what we're doing now. I'd love to hear your all's thoughts on content. Again, if you're just hopping on to view, welcome. Say hey in the chat where you're watching from. I'm going live on this channel just to share some news, which you can watch back through this when it's over. But basically, I've made 4 new channels, and they're specific to the type of content. So I've got vlogs, live streams, gaming, which I won't be posting on much for a long while, I would think. And then music. And then this one, which will be more video, 5 to 10 minute, very polished kind of content. So bullet journals, things like that. I want to get back into bullet journaling, or at least journaling in general, because I know that's what a lot of you subscribe to this channel for, was the bullet journaling. All right, let's move that one. Okay, food fights with the family. So my business partner, Maggie Rotans, who actually is working here with me now, she said when she was growing up, her family would kind of like throw food at each other and stuff at the dinner table, which baffled me. I've never did that growing up or now. I feel like my parents would have gotten pissed if I threw food, but I think it's kind of fun. And there was like a rule, I don't remember what the rule was, but someone had to clean up at the end of the dinner, depending on something. So for me, it's like, if you're going to make a mess, make it fun for the family. I mean, if the family's included, that's awesome. I love the idea of like throwing a green bean or something. I don't know. It seemed really cool, like a fun family thing to do. And as long as the mess is getting cleaned up, it's fine. It's fine. It's like doing a paint project in the house. Yeah, it's messy, but as long as it gets cleaned up, like that's a fun thing. So that was just a thought I had. When Lena grows up a little bit, it'd be fun to do like silly, messy things like that. Like as long as it's getting cleaned up. I don't know. That's just a thought. If you guys have any like stories or anything like that, let me know. I'd love to hear that. Which, by the way, are you guys able to comment? I see there's like 4 people watching. I haven't had any comments, which is fine. I didn't expect to, but I also want to make sure like all this is working. Can you see me? Can you hear me? And can you comment in the chat? Let me know. Personal brand to increase company brand. Yeah, so there's this whole idea, I guess like a very good example would be someone like Gary Vaynerchuk, where his brand is super strong. Like he has his own brand, which only helps his companies, right? Like if a company wants to work with his company, like they know him from his personal brand, and he has a lot of pull because he has the attention of a lot of people. So, oh, hello, here comes some comments. Hi, I see and hear you. Great. It is working. Great. We can comment. Great. You guys are great. Thank you. Welcome. Who do we got? Christina Farzana. That's a fun name. Johannes. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, feel free to comment. That's great. You guys rock. So the idea is like, yeah, I have a 9-to-5 job here with Agenacare and I love it. But I want to continue working on my personal brand. And I think that our CEO should be working on her personal brand. I think our salespeople, Amber, Mary Evelyn, they should be working on their personal brand, because that's helping them in their career and in their future, but it's also helping the company, right? Like if someone knows Mary Evelyn because they've seen her content or they've seen her around town and her personal brand is strong and she's working at Agenacare, then like, wow, I trust Mary Evelyn. And if she loves this company, let me look into it. So that's the whole idea of like personal brand strengthening company brand. And I think it only helps. So I think a lot of companies might take someone working on their personal brand outside of work as a negative thing. Like, hey, that's not helping us, so stop. But in my opinion, I think it does. And I think that companies should, in my opinion, ask their employees to work on their personal brand and be known and gain a following and serve people well as themselves, because I think it only strengthens the company brand. Transfer ownership of YouTube channel to new email. Right. So that's kind of what I did. All of my YouTube channels now are under one email, which I think I've made like maybe almost 10 YouTube channels in my life. And every time I would like want to start vlogging again, I would make a new YouTube channel. It was really dumb. So one of my goals with all of these channels and keeping the name Spencer Scott Pugh in the name of these channels is to like, I made all this content. So like, why should I have it in different places? You know what I mean? Or under different names or whatever. So that's, I want, you know, when I'm 60, I want to be able to have a website that has every piece of content I've ever made. I don't think bullet journal is for me. I try to do it, but I just can't get through it. I'm still trying things out. That's Farzana. Is that how you say your name or your moniker? Yeah, bullet journaling. I'm not currently bullet journaling. I still love bullet journaling. I think it's the creative part in me, and I used to draw a lot when I was little, so there's that. You've probably seen the bullet journal videos on this channel. They're more about productivity and less about creativity. Yeah, bullet journaling's hard. I think it's because you're sort of having to reinvent it each week or each month, or create it. And if you don't have that time, it's hard to stick to it. Still interested and would still love to make future videos on it. But I hear you. Yeah, it could be hard. I'm currently using the Finisher's Journal, which I recently wrote a blog post about on my website that was titled The Surefire Way to Reach Your Goals. So if you want to check out the Finisher's Journal, that's really helped me recently. I'm loving it, and I'd love to talk more about that on this channel as well. So, and shout out to Javier, the owner of that company. He's a really cool guy. Sweet spot between consistency, quality, and ease of process, showing my work. Yeah, so someone like Gary Vee always stresses that we shouldn't be creating, we should be documenting. That in documenting what we're doing day to day and showing our work, we are creating. And there are people who are interested in process. And say if someone wants to be hold a marketing position one day and they're in high school, they might like watching someone like myself talking about what I do day to day in marketing, what I'm learning in marketing, because like that, it's fun watching someone figure stuff out. I mean, it's the whole idea of like a movie where someone's going on a journey. Like, it's not about like King Arthur getting the sword and being crowned king. It's like, that's great, but you want to watch how he got there, right? So, hey, TRN, how's it going? So, yeah, and the sweet spot between consistency, quality, and ease of process. So that's the thing. Like, I want the quality of my stuff. Like this live stream, like I took some time to think about it. Like, I have a nice light there. I've got some lights behind me. So, and I'm filming on my A7 III for this live stream. So I took the time to think about, and I got this okay microphone. It was like $60 on Amazon. I took the time to think about like how I could make the live stream look nice, but I don't want it to be so over the top that it takes me an hour to set up the live stream just to talk casually like this. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot between being consistent. Like, is this something I can set up and do every week or every month? Consistency, I think, is less about how often you do it and more about sticking to a schedule. I always talk about, like, if your favorite show comes on at 7 on Wednesdays, it's the same thing. If, you know, I'm going to do a live stream, I would love to go live at 8 a.m. on Thursdays. For, you know, that's what people can expect. They can say, hey, well, I got to wake up a little earlier on Thursday because I want to watch this live stream. Or whenever I decide to do it, I'd love to hear your all's thoughts on when you would like to see a live stream like this. What time of day? I do have a 9-to-5 job, so my times are really early morning, like 8 o'clock, or lunchtime. And I'll just eat lunch while I'm working and then do the live stream midday, which someone I've been talking to on Instagram said that he lives in England, and he would, I think England, Europe, he would prefer that I go live at noon Eastern Standard Time, which is where I live on the East Coast, because that's around dinner time after work for him, or around 1, I think is what he said. So like a late lunchtime here for me. So that's something I'd love to hear from you guys too. Like, when would you like to see these live streams? And I'll always record them if I can and re-upload, so you can always watch it if you missed. We moved office. Yeah, so this is a new office. I started at AgenaCare in January of this year, working full time. We actually worked with Whitney doing social media, my social media company, Maggie and I. Did social media work for her for quite a while. So we started full time in January, and we moved just a couple weeks ago into this new office. I have my own personal office. I had an office shared with Maggie before. So yeah. Also, for those watching, again, I'll be doing future streams on a different channel, Spencer Scott Pugh Live. So go subscribe there if you want to be a part of these live streams. Yeah, there's that. Running. This is a good time for me because I live in the Middle East. It's almost 4 p.m. on Thursday. Cool. That's good to know. So again, it's going to be a matter of, I guess, the majority of the audience that wants to watch these live streams, where you are and when it's available to watch this type stuff. So thank you. I appreciate that. TRN. I love that. It's so simple, TRN. I'm going to finish up here. We got about 5 minutes left till I need to really get into work. But I started running. Actually, when I wrote that, I was running 2 to 3 times a week. I'm kidding, of course. It's all up to you. No, TRN. I appreciate that. Because, again, like I want to serve you guys, and, you know, these live streams are for me. Yeah, like I love to share my thoughts and document them for my future self to look back on, but also, like, it's a discussion and I want it to be. So thanks for that. Yeah, so I've been running, but recently, actually more recently, I've really been enjoying taking like an hour-long walk with my dog. There's like a small patch of woods near our house with a trail that runs through it, and like multiple little trails. And it's been really fun listening to podcasts and audiobooks and walking through the woods with my dog buddy. He needs his exercise, and we sort of neglect that a lot of times. He's a nightmare to run with because he's just a little over a year old. Actually, he's almost 2. He'll be 2 in September. That's nuts. But he's a nightmare to run with because he's just like, pew, 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 pew. But walking through the woods is really fun. He like kind of sticks on the trail, and he's either ahead of me or behind me, usually ahead of me. But that's been really nice. Walking through the woods, it's shaded. We walk at a pretty quick pace. It's good exercise. I get to learn from podcasts and audiobooks while we're doing it, and kind of bond with my dog too. So that's nice. But anyway, that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys for watching the live stream. Again, just to wrap up, I know I've said it like 8 times already, but 4 new channels: Spencer Scott Pugh Gaming, Spencer Scott Pugh Live, Spencer Scott Pugh Vlogs, and Spencer Scott Pugh Music. They're at the top of this channel, the main Spencer Scott Pugh channel. So if you ever tend to like find, where does he live stream or where does he play video games, just go to the main channel. They're at the top. You can find me there. Again, I will be doing live streams on the live channel. I just did the first one here just to introduce the concept to you guys. I appreciate you all and your attention, taking time out of your day. I hope we can have future discussions. I didn't get through all my notes here, so maybe next week. Again, I'm not really supposed to start the live stream. Spencer got busy. Spender got busy, or Spencer got busy? Yeah, so I'm not really supposed to start the live streams and the podcast till next quarter, but let me know what you guys think. This is something I could start now, at least this part. We'll start the podcasting stuff later. This will go up as a podcast episode, so if you're listening on Apple TV, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, hey, good to hear from you. Again, let's toy around with the idea of Clubhouse. You guys can lend your voices there. Follow me on Clubhouse and if you need an invite to Clubhouse, I've got like 7 of them. So just let me know. Maybe write in the comments, and I'll spend those as I have them. So love you guys. I appreciate you. And that's going to do it for this week. I will see you all maybe next week. If not, SpencerScottPugh.com. Keep up with everything that's going on in my life. You guys rock. Love you. Thank you. Have a great Thursday or whatever day it is when you're watching this. And I'll see you guys later.